Hi, it's Laura at Aquamarine18 Tarot and Books. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. Welcome or welcome back. This is a quick VR, or quick for me anyway, VR to Robin of Toadstool Tarot, who created a tag called Decks Discovered Through Others. And I will link Robin's video below in the description box. The tag is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Decks in our collection that we first learned about by way of other tarottube folks. And this is an interesting tag to me because I feel like at this point, most decks I discover through other tarottube folks, really. I'm not really on other social media. I do certainly chat kind of privately in text messages and things like that with other folks who are tarottube content creators. But in terms of social media that's kind of more visible, it's really just YouTube for me. So unless I learn about a deck from, a creator's newsletter that I'm subscribed to in my email inbox or, something like that, I tend to learn about decks from YouTube. That's where I find them. But there were a couple that I could pick out, and I chose four that I can definitely kind of pinpoint that these are decks that I very specifically first learned about from specific individual YouTube channels. So that's what I thought I would share, and I will timestamp them below. The first one, and this is not, chronological or in any particular order, first in the sense of first on the top of the pile, is Into the Void, the Black Cat Tarot. And this deck is by Alexandra Aquilina of Screen Girl merch. And I first heard about this deck from B at iCali Sunflower. And B and I both share our lives and our homes with a black cat. Mine's name is Daryl. And so when I saw this deck on B's channel, dedicated entirely to black cats, and a deck that is quite different in art style compared to any of the few other cat decks that I have, I was immediately charmed by it. And this is a fun deck to read with. I really appreciate this deck. It's a bit of a hug deck. So that's Into the Void, Black Cat Tarot, which I heard of from B's channel. And I think this was a Kickstarter deck, but it wasn't on my radar at the time that it was kickstarting. So I ended up picking it up from the creator's website really not long after B showed it on her channel. The second one that I learned about from another tarot YouTube channel that I would definitely not have heard about otherwise, I can say, is the Tarot of the North Atlantic. And I heard about this channel from Corvin of Tail Raven Tarot. And this is a deck that is like embroidery and fiber art. So hopefully you can see some of the detail there. It's all stitched. And is focused on, of course, as the name suggests, creatures and scenes of the North Atlantic. And I love a water-based deck. I'm a Pisces. And this deck was a Kickstarter deck that funded before I had ever backed anything on Kickstarter myself before. So I did not have a Kickstarter account. I had never used it. So this kind of released just before I would have ever seen it, on Kickstarter browsing. And when Corvin showed it on their channel, it was a pretty quick, purchase for me. It has a lot of things that I like. Besides the water theme, I also like these kind of semi-scenic, pip-ish kind of minors. And so I am happy that Corvin on their channel Tail Raven Tarot showed the Tarot of the North Atlantic, which I discovered there. I discovered Tarot Souverain through Cathu Tarot. And this is a deck that if Cathu Tarot never showed it, I would not have found again. This is a French deck, and this deck funded on Ulule, which is spelled Ulule, and this is a French crowdsourcing platform. So it's very similar to something like Indiegogo. I had never heard of it before. I had to do some kind of little bit of investigation and kind of asking around, like, hey, hey, French folks, is this legit kind of website? And you know, got the thumbs up on it, and so I backed it. And this is an eco-feminist deck. It has definitely kind of a food sovereignty, uh, food justice kind of focus in its theme, and an overtly feminist deck as well. Really like a lot of things that I love in a deck. This kind of limited color palette, color coded kind of cards, very my style, and would never have found it if it wasn't for Kathu Tarot's channel and showing Tarot Souverain and having, I think, an interview or two with the creator as well, which was fantastic. So that was a definitely deck discovered through others. And the last one I'm going to show is an oracle deck. And this is an oracle deck I discovered through Hazel Jane Tarot, who has several videos, I think, about this deck. And this is the Wisdom of the Kalyak Oracle. Really gorgeous deck. I love this deck. This definitely has, some druidic appeal for me as a practicing druid. And this is a deck, that I discovered through again Hazel Jane and that I never would have discovered otherwise, I don't think, because the creator makes this deck available and kind of announces when the deck is available because it's done in pretty small print runs, announces that availability on Facebook, which I am not on. And basically to get the deck, you kind of have to email the creator, and then it's a kind of PayPal order situation. Like it's not on Etsy or anything like that, I don't think. So I would not have come across this as a non-Facebooker if Hazel Jane Tarot hadn't shared Wisdom of the Kalyak, and I'm so glad that I did because I ended up, you know, reading a secondary book about the Kalyak and going on a whole kind of journey with this deck that never would have happened, I don't think, if it wasn't for discovering it through tarottube. So those are the decks that I have discovered through others. If you've made a VR to this deck or have particular decks in your collection that you definitely learned about from particular tarottube channels, do share in the comments below. If you have any of these decks in particular, do share your thoughts in the comments below. If there's any, like Laura made you do it, decks you've learned about from me that you would like to share, let me know in the comments as well. I would love to know. And thanks to Robin for starting the tag, and thank you for watching. I will see you all again soon.